Hey y'all, it's Jimmy Stovall. Welcome to my podcast, Ribbon with Jimmy. Whether I'm in the restaurant or on TV, one of my favorite things is talking to people and hearing their stories. And I believe the best way to have a great conversation is over a meal. Welcome in, Paul Walker.
Thank you, Jimmy.
You fast and furiously came over from school right after work in a meeting. How was work today?
It was good. It was a good day. It was a good day.
Good.
Easy.
It was easy?
Don't tell my bosses.
I won't
but
tell.
It was an easy day.
They won't listen. Don't promote it. They won't listen. So I'm super happy to have you as my first guest.
First ever.
First ever. And you probably know why I picked you as my first guest.
Because I'm the only one that said yes.
Well, okay. But the other reason would be when I came up with the name Ribbon with Jimmy.
Who came up with that name?
Mr. Paul Walker.
I came up with that name.
Yes, we were sitting at the lake making some cocktails, and I was telling them this idea of this podcast served over a meal, and Paul was like, "You're in the barbecue business. How about Ribbon with Jimmy?"
How quickly?
And all of us.
How quickly was that?
Yeah, and then I trademarked it while we were sitting there, and then we're good to go. Yeah. All right, so let me tell you about this just a little bit. So first of all, you start every great meal with an appetizer, right?
Yes.
So we're going to start. So we're going to start with an appetizer that I picked for you. Then we're going to go to the main course where we get into the meat of it. You like it?
I see what you did there.
See what you. Yeah. And then at the end, short and sweet for dessert, we'll do some rapid fire questions. See how you do.
That's not fair. You already know the question.
I do, but you know the answers too.
Okay.
So anyway. All right, so can I take a minute to introduce you and brag on you a little bit?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I have some notes here because it's quite a lengthy brag session.
Wow.
All right. Okay. Paul helped to start Up Till Dawn fundraising at the University of Memphis for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Director of Catholic Heart Work Camp in Memphis. A 20-plus year volunteer for Camp Good Grief, which I know is important to you and dear to your heart. You've worked at St. Louis Catholic Church as the youth minister for more than 22 years, and I have to brag on you a little bit more here. It's got to be the biggest youth organization in the city, and it has been for years.
Tri-state area.
Oh, I'm sorry. I belittled you. You worked at St. Louis as a teacher for more than 20 years. You're a current board member on the Alumni Advisory Board for St. Paul Catholic School in Whitehaven. You've won the Eagle of the Cross Award, St. Sebastian Exemplary Coaching Award, St. John Newman Outstanding Service Award, Companions and Journey Award. I'll keep going, two more. St. Nicholas Award and St. John Bosco Award. I would say that's quite a bio.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, so you thought you'd be boring. You said, I don't know. What are you going to talk to me about? You're boring.
It sounds more impressive maybe than it is. Some of those awards are just because I stuck around for so long, and they just
that's all right. I win
give
some
you
of those.
awards.
I love those. Those are the best. Like, oh, thanks. Yeah. I would say your biggest accomplishment would be landing your incredible wife, Heather.
I would totally agree with that.
She's amazing, and
I hope
you might have
hears
missed that
this.
out. You might have left that out, but I added it to my notes. And so that's sort of a little bit of background into what you've done, who you are, right?
That's a great background.
Okay, so let's roll up our sleeves. We both have short sleeves on, but if we didn't, we would roll up our sleeves.
They can't see us.
They can't see. And then let's get into it. So, appetizer. I picked this just for you. Order up. You like it?
Order up. What is it?
All right. We got smoked wings. I picked these for you because, first of all, we used to meet every Thursday night for a guys group and eat wings. I know you love wings. I picked the smoked wings because, not the fried ones, because to me, I know you love barbecue. It's traditional. It's a staple. Everyone loves wings, and you like to dunk.
I'm a dunker.
You're a dunker. And so one of my questions would be, what type of sauce do you normally dunk your wings in?
Is it bad if my answer is not one that's in front of me?
I thought you were a ranch guy.
I like ranch. My go-to,
Yeah.
blue cheese.
Oh, mine too. And I actually picked ranch for you because I only eat blue cheese, really,
Well,
especially with hot wings.
No one else at the table ever orders blue cheese, so I feel like
It's me.
It's just me.
I thought it was just me. We're clearly just wanting the wings. Here,
It's
dig
like
in.
we just met.
Dig in. Let me tell you about these wings.
All right.
After I take a huge bite.
Oh my God.
Are they amazing?
You know what, Jimmy?
What?
You can taste the smoke.
Can you? You knew you were going to work that in here somewhere.
I did.
So one time, Paul helped me out when I was on QVC, and I was in Westchester at the studios in QVC filming a Today's Special Value, and Paul was here at the restaurant in Memphis, and he was doing he was a supposed customer at Corky's, eating and enjoying and giving his feedback. And one of his things was, you can taste the smoke. And ever since he said that, we sort of tagged him with that line. And it's great. It comes up in many conversations.
And now I have to trademark that before this podcast launches. And before you do.
But truly, with great barbecue, you can taste the
the smoke. And when I said it, I followed it with, oh, and that's a good thing.
Exactly.
Because suddenly I thought,
Wait.
to everyone, they may not understand that tasting smoke is a good thing.
That's right. That's right. How are these wings?
Oh, they're incredible.
So these are our smoked wings. We season them. We smoke them hickory wood and charcoal. Nice crispy skin on the outside, and then we flash fry them really quickly at the very end to even crisp them up more, tender and juicy. And you literally left nothing there for the dogs, just a bone,
Which is actually not like me.
It's
I'm not. I don't clean the bone.
I leave a lot of stuff
Yeah.
on there, but anyway. But these are
Well,
really good.
Actually, the meat's falling off the bone, so it's easy to.
You can taste the smoke, and the meat falls off the bone.
You know, you're leaving out probably maybe the best part of that story.
We can't get to that one yet. Right?
Oh, do you know? You want to talk about the QVC remote story?
That's a great one. We'll wait.
Okay.
When you're sitting down to eat, you're getting together with friends, family. What's your go-to drink? You're having water today because I'm at my office. But what's your go-to
cocktail?
Yeah. Is there another type of drink?
Bourbon. A little bourbon and Coke, maybe a little Manhattan.
We might have shared a Manhattan
Or
multiple
two.
times.
Or two. So good.
All right. So Manhattan, I love them. Our friend Victor makes amazing Manhattans. All right. How in the world did you get started being a teacher? What led you there? Oh, caught you with a mouthful of wings.
So,
and no blue cheese.
So I you noticed in my bio, I've been a youth minister 1 year longer than I've been a teacher.
Yeah, I did notice that.
So, because I didn't go there to teach, I went to St. Louis to be the youth minister. It was really straight out of college. I needed a job, and the pastor of St. Louis Church, Father Peter Sarton, who I had known for a long time, offered me the position. I took it with the intent of staying for 1 or 2 years.
Right.
Until something better came along.
Yeah, and nothing better has come along.
Nothing better has come along.
That's right.
So 22 years later, I'm
it's
still
amazing,
there.
and you've done amazing things at that school.
But it was the year after that I actually started teaching, and I have taught.
Did you go straight into the 8th grade?
The first several years, I taught 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade special classes. Creative writing. Morality. PowerPoint.
Wow.
I taught a class called PowerPoint when PowerPoint.
I should have taken that. They didn't have that when I was in school.
I used to teach students how to use PowerPoint.
And you've always lived here?
Always. Born and raised Memphis.
So what do you think got you into youth organization, teaching?
My whole life, I feel like I never knew what I really wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. Like a lot of us.
Like in high school, I
wanted to be a dentist. Look how good that worked out. Go ahead.
At least you know people. So I wanted to. I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I actually took a break after high school. I don't know if it's in your notes, but I went into the United States Army for 4 years.
I forgot.
And giving myself a break so I could maybe know what I wanted to do. After 4 years in the Army, I got out. Still didn't know what I wanted to do, but I went to college anyway. And after a year or two in college, they make you know what you want to do. You got to like.
You have to pick.
It's called pick a major.
Right.
So I landed on marketing. Business degree. And still didn't know what I wanted to do, but I actually, when the job was offered to me at St. Louis, it made perfect sense because I had been so involved in youth ministry as a teen in high school, and I had actually worked. Even I found a way in the Army to work for the church. I worked with Army chaplains, and it just kind of made sense. I had started volunteering in college for a youth ministry in Bartlett, St. Ann Bartlett. I spent a year there. It just all kind of came together, made sense that this is maybe where I was being directed.
That's right.
And so I thought, sure, I'll give it a shot. I actually turned down the job.
Really?
Yeah, I turned down the job when he offered it to me because I was about to graduate with a business degree. And I told him, thank you, but I'm graduating
gonna be a mogul.
with a business degree. I'm going to get a job in the business world, and I'm going to take on the world. And he said, do this. Just pray about it.
Okay.
I'm like, so I did. And 22 years later.
Here you are.
Here I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a great story. So are you done with the rings? Are you ready to move on?
Well, there's more left, but
we can put it on the plate.
We'll put it on
let's do that.
It's so good.
Elizabeth, you want to hand us the next thing? A blue cheese. See, now I know.
Now you know.
Oh, ready for this? Ready?
Order up.
There you go. Paul, so you're even joining in. Okay. Let's get some Memphis dry ribs. I'm gonna throw these wings on here. All right. So yeah, because we're in no rush, so there's plenty of time to eat. You know that when you eat ribs, you don't need knives and forks. You just grip it and rip it.
Grip it and rip it.
That's right.
Did you? I'm gonna trademark that.
No, too late. No. For years, the owner of Corky's Berry Pelts, whenever we would meet with somebody, we'd have them to the restaurant for lunch or a dinner or whatever, and the ribs would come. You could always tell the people were a little like, "Oh, how do I dig in?" Because I'm at a business meeting, and he jumped right out every single time. He was like, "Look, you just grip it and rip it."
That's awesome.
And I've loved it. I loved it ever since. In fact, we created a line of dry rubs called Grip It and Rub It, and that's where that story came from. I don't know if you know that.
I didn't know what you were serving.
Look at this. Because only the best for you, Paul. These dry ribs, this is a Memphis icon. This is what Memphis barbecue is. It's all about
you don't have to sell
dry rub ribs.
This is
so tender.
This is my go-to.
Is it?
At Corky's. And I'm a dry rub guy.
Me too. I could put it on anything.
Yeah. I don't like them wet.
Well, I didn't know
them.
that.
I like them.
I didn't know that.
I like this better.
I missed the blue cheese. I knew you liked the wings.
Okay.
I love dry ribs. They're my favorite kind of ribs. I just think the texture of the dry rub on there, that granular, smoky flavor, the tenderness of the meat. I just think that it goes hand in hand. If you never had dry ribs, you don't know what you're missing.
I had a group come in town last week. It's a youth group traveling, and they stayed at the church overnight. We put them up, and I said, "Do you want?"
Wait, not at your house. You put them at the church.
In the gym.
Oh, okay.
In the gym.
Here you go. Blow up your mattresses.
Yeah. So,
welcome.
I said, "Do you need any, suggestions on dinner?" And they're like, "Yeah. What do you think?" I said, "Well, you got to eat Memphis barbecue." So I directed them here because we're literally a mile down the road. But I don't know if they came or not.
I think they did. I saw them. They had their sleeping bags with them.
Did a big bus come through the drive-through?
Maybe. Well, I appreciate it for the recommendation. How are those ribs?
Oh, they're amazing.
And you're getting orange fingers. That's what you're supposed to have.
They won't be orange long.
I know. Okay, so during the main course, this is where we get to the meat of it. You ready? I told you I was going to make you cry.
Oh, okay.
But I won't.
Okay.
I'll try. No. Tell me So when I was joking earlier, when you were coming over, you said, "Oh, you can't make me cry. I've already cried today." So then when you got here, you said, "Oh, let me tell you why I cried," and I assumed you were halfway joking. And then you started to tell me a story, and I said, "Oh, hold it." So now I want to hear it. I want to hear what got you today.
I even heard my mother say about me this past Sunday. She said, the older he gets, the more he cries. It's true.
Like, is that a compliment?
Well, it's like I get that from my dad.
Right.
So when's this going to air? I might be spoiling a surprise with this story. Doesn't matter.
She won't
I'll
listen.
just tell him not to listen.
That's right.
For Mother's Day, I had a good friend of mine make a quilt out of my dad's T-shirts. My dad passed away end of 2019, December 2019.
And your mom has no idea.
She has no idea. In fact, I'm making my sisters. I have 4 sisters, and one of my dear friends they're going in on it with me, and they have no idea.
They don't know.
No, I asked them to blindly trust me. I said, "Let me handle Mother's Day."
Wow.
So when Mom opens it on Mother's Day, she's going to. Everyone in the room, even the other gift givers, are going to be surprised.
That's an awesome gift.
Well,
and I thought you might bring this up when I kind of probed you, like, why do you think you ended up being a teacher and working your magic with amazing kids, and parents around this city and country admire you for how you've taken care of so many of our kids and led them on the right path. But your dad worked his whole life, right, at another Catholic school here in Memphis.
Yeah, not his whole life, but majority of my life, he worked at St. Paul Catholic School in Whitehaven, and so I got to go to or see him every day. He actually went to work way earlier than I went to school and stayed way later than I left. So he was already there, but I got to see him all the time, which was good and bad.
Yeah. Well, you had to keep on the straight and narrow path.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so did she give you the quilt? Have you seen it?
So that's why I cried today.
Because she showed it to you.
Well, I had a hectic morning, and I got to school and realized I forgot some important paperwork. So literally turned around and went home frantically. I was coming in hot this morning at school, and I got in my classroom. Somebody's already covering my homeroom, and there on my desk was that quilt. And yeah, I don't know if my students noticed, but I lost it a little bit there.
Well, that's awesome, and I know your mom will cherish that.
Yeah, I hope so.
See,
I think
almost.
so. I know.
Almost got you.
You got me
Almost got you.
teary-eyed right now.
Okay.
And I can't rub my eyes because my fingers are orange.
You have orange fingers. You can't dry rub ribs. You can't rub your eyes. All right. So I think that there's a huge connection with memories and food. And I've worked in the food business my whole life. I think it's, everyone knows the smell of fresh bread, baked bread, and it's like our fresh baked cookies, and it takes you somewhere. So I want to try to ask everybody that comes on the podcast what their favorite home-cooked meal is that their mom or their grandmother used to make.
My mom is simple.
Okay. Mine is too.
These amazing breaded chicken fillets or chicken tenders. Yeah, I'm sure it's so simple, but it's one of my favorite meals she makes.
And so would she make it on just a weeknight or a weekend?
Yeah, it was. There's 5 kids in our family, so Mom would. I'm sure it was a cost-efficient meal. But that and burritos. She made the best burritos. Just yeah.
So can you picture right now? I know you looked up that way. I mean, you can picture your kitchen that you grew up in. The smells. Absolutely. I know. See, to me, that's amazing, and everybody has that thing.
No, I can picture. I can picture Mom. We still make her. Ask her, not make her. We still
make her do it.
We'll gather as a family. Like, Mom, can you make those burritos, or can we do those chicken tenders again?
What'd she call them? She called them chicken tenders back then?
I don't know. No, just maybe I don't know.
Just
breaded
cutlets.
Maybe we call it breaded chicken.
Yeah. Did you vegetables, gravy on top?
No, no gravy.
South,
no, these are so good you don't even need gravy.
Oh,
They're
my
just
gosh.
so good. And now my wife will make them.
Will she?
Yeah.
Because what I was going to ask you, do you ever make them, or you still have them? Hold on, I hate to do this to Heather, but are they as good?
They're so good. They're both so good.
I got it. I got it.
But she's not gonna hear that part if she listens, because she's gonna be still laughing at the part where you asked me if I make them.
Yeah,
she's gonna laugh at
right.
that part.
I know. I'll have to change that question, I think. So, all right, tell me one of the biggest struggles you've got. That, and what have you learned from it? Any obstacle, hurdle at work? What could you pinpoint or think of that's a big hurdle, or something that you've overcome that you could share a lesson, or the lesson you've learned?
Honestly, it's been time management. And I say that because when I started this job, I was 26 years old, and I was single, and so I could plan all these events, and I could do overnight events, I could do week-long trips, and nobody else was affected.
Right.
And now, married,
there's a lot
with kids, and now I really have to find that balance between home and work, where that balance, it probably should have been more necessary than I made it, but it wasn't important that I balance home life with work life. And so that's, being married and having kids has forced that,
you.
which has been really good for me.
Yeah.
And luckily everyone understands that.
Right. Because you do a lot for other people. You put a lot of other people first. I'm not just, patting you on the back, but you really do, because you have hundreds of kids in youth group that you're responsible for, and you see every other week, and you have events and all types of, you do mission trips and ski trips, and
we call them winter retreats.
I'm sorry, winter retreats. Yeah, of course I call it a trip. All right, so tell me about the charity that's most dear to your heart, and what it is. I know you've spoken about it. I know you've collected money for it, but I don't think I know exactly what it is.
Camp Good Grief.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's actually 2 camps. There's 3 camps, actually. There's 3 different versions of this camp. Camp Good Grief, which is for kids, for adolescents who have had significant loss, parent, brother, sister, in some cases grandparents, just had some kind of significant loss in their life, a death in their family. And then there's a version of it for teens, and we cleverly call it Teen Camp Good Grief.
Oh, yes. You really thought about that one.
And it's for of course, any teenagers who've had a similar loss.
And so, but how'd you get involved in that?
So my dear friend Angela, who we met in college.
Okay.
We met in psychology class at the University of Memphis. And she and I got to be really close. We used to run a retreat program called Search here in the Diocese of Memphis. And we were the directors of that program. We got to be really close through that. And it was part of her dream to one day start a grief camp in Memphis. Memphis had nothing like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she started it?
She started it.
She had a big loss, obviously. Or someone close to her.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was just very important to her to start a camp in Memphis. It was not anything for kids, for teenagers.
Yeah.
It was a gap. And so she started that in '99. I was there at that first year, and there's not been a year where I've not at least done Camp Good Grief or Teen Camp Good Grief since then, except this past year when we couldn't do them.
Yeah.
I even you don't know this.
Okay.
In 2002, the fall of 2002, we took that camp, that model, and we took it to Manhattan.
Did you?
We flew to Manhattan and we started a grief camp for 9/11 survivors.
What? Mm-hmm. Paul,
yeah, for kids.
Now wait, why didn't you put that on your
bio?
bio?
In my bio? I know.
Oh my gosh!
I know. It's
you've got to update your brochure.
I
do. That's amazing.
Yeah. So it was through Schneider's Children's Hospital on Long Island.
And so, I mean, to me, and I've known you for years, and I know you put people first, and you have great ways of communicating to youth and really getting them to engage, which is quite an amazing task in itself.
it's not easy.
Yeah. Without the phones and checking the phones and everything else that is important to them. Do you just are you just surrounded by people that are constantly thinking of what can I do good for someone else, or do you wake up and say, hey, I want to do something great for other people? Or I mean, you're truly involved in a lot of great organizations, and you lead them, and then I just find out after all these years, you took this amazing idea to help kids that have gone through great loss to New York for 9/11. So what drives you to do that?
I really think it's two things. The way I was raised, I have to give credit to my parents.
Yeah.
I mean, they raised us to be people of service and people and their example. I mean, we learned from watching them. They were always involved and always doing, and just always at our school and at church and helping out. And so, of course, I learned from that. But also, I think you're right. I've surrounded myself with people who are like-minded.
Yeah.
And it's not like we just sit around saying, hey, what can we do?
Right.
But a lot of stuff comes our way. And again, I got to tell you, a lot of the stuff I started doing when I was single and had lots of time to do
Right.
it. And that's been a balance, too. And that's
Yeah.
why I used to do Camp Good Grief and Teen Camp Good Grief every year. I did them
Right.
both. And since I've been married and have kids, I've had to maybe pick
Of
or
course.
choose one. But, I think the more you surround yourself with people that are like-minded and are people of service, the more opportunities come your way.
Yeah.
And,
I think surrounding yourself with good people, no matter what whether it's business or friends or organizations, that is what it drives me. I know in everything.
Yeah.
The better the people that are around me, the better I do.
And you're good at surrounding yourself with people that are smarter than you.
Way smarter.
Yeah, which
Way
isn't that hard.
It's really not. That's why there's 4 people here trying to make this thing work. No, I will always say I am not. There's everyone I feel like is smarter than I am, and I always can learn from everybody. And I think that's probably helped me in my career as well, because I don't think I know it all,
Right.
And I'm always willing to learn, and I want to learn. And so surrounding yourself, yes, definitely with smart people. Glad you pointed out that I'm not that smart, but that's all right. That's right. I have a face for radio.
You have a face for radio. I think they'll learn that on their own.
What was your first job ever?
I'm not going to tell you my first. My first job's boring. It was just at Kroger.
A grocery store.
Yeah.
Do you know what mine was?
What?
Do you know?
What? Was it a grocery
I
store?
wore the stripes.
At
Foot Locker.
Oh, did you really?
Yes, I did.
I worked at Kroger for 2 weeks.
Oh.
And I quit because they wouldn't give me the 4th of July off.
Oh my gosh. The 4th of July was my very first day at Corky's. It's the busiest day of the year. I think it was definitely sink or swim. It was my first day. It was absolutely insane.
Oh my Lord.
They had me out on the street on Poplar Avenue, the busiest street in Memphis. And I was at the curb, literally at the curb, and we had a grill with ribs and all kinds of stuff so that people who didn't want to get in the drive-through line, who snuck around it, could still, if they just wanted like ribs or a pound of pork, they would just shove us the cash out the window. We would hand them the ribs and they would drive away.
Nice.
And that was my...
Probably no change. Given.
Exactly. Yeah, thanks for the tip. Drive away.
But don't leave that question. I want to answer That's my first job, but my best job?
Yeah.
Tour guide at Graceland.
Oh my gosh!
Also not in my bio.
And I have Graceland connection. There's me and Priscilla Presley.
Trust me, I spotted the Graceland picture.
Yeah, and there's one over there. Yes, I forgot we share that connection.
Yeah, so they don't have tour guides. I mean, they do, but the tour guides now don't give tours. They just direct people where to go.
Right.
Now they have the iPad.
Yeah.
So basically, you know who replaced me?
An iPad.
John Stamos.
John Stamos.
Uncle Jesse replaced me at Graceland. Yeah, they don't have real people giving real. I had to know so much Elvis and Graceland information.
I think the family, of course, but what I call the family of Graceland, the people who worked there for years and years, it's similar to Corky's here. Are amazing people. I've gotten to work with them forever.
I would go back and work at Graceland tomorrow if they offered me a job.
I love it. And the fans are amazing,
Yeah.
and the people who come visit every year are, just diehards.
Have you ever been to Elvis Week?
Well, yes.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Behind the wall, on the lawn, overlooking everybody.
It's awesome.
It's
incredible.
It is awesome. It's awesome. I love that. That could be a whole segment.
Oh,
seriously,
absolutely.
about Graceland. Okay.
Especially if you just start picking my brain about probably worthless Elvis. I mean,
Trivia.
I can tell you more than you'd ever want to know.
Yes, I have some awesome stories about Graceland. That maybe we'll have you back sometime. We'll talk about strictly
Just
Graceland. We'll
Elvis,
have fried peanut butter and banana sandwiches for appetizer, the dinner, and the dessert. Yeah,
that's perfect.
What makes you laugh? Besides me,
You.
Yeah, that was easy.
Oh, I tell my wife all the time, one of the things that makes our marriage so well is we laugh so much. We laugh at each other and we laugh with each other, and I think that
is very important.
So important. I mean, like our group of friends makes me laugh. So like
it's a fun group.
We're either really funny or we think we're really funny. Regardless, it makes
we are very funny. We're the funniest group. I've seen some other guy groups. They're not that funny.
Yeah, we're the funniest people I know.
Yeah.
So really, that's what makes me laugh.
Who do you admire most?
Oh my goodness, this is a put you on the spot kind of question.
I know. See, I took you from excitement down to almost tears, and then I rebounded you back up. Now, who do you admire? Who do you look up to?
Golly, that list is not short.
All right, well, give me one.
Archbishop Peter Sarton.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, he was.
And why?
I've known him since I was born. Actually, I grew up calling
him. You didn't know him right when you were born, but
he knew you.
He
knew me.
Mm.
I grew up calling him Uncle Peter. To this day, when he sends letters or Christmas cards to me, he signs it Uncle Peter.
Really?
Yeah. Even after he was my boss, he'll still, because he hired me. He's the pastor that hired me at St. Louis.
Okay. See, when I went there, I went to grade school there, as you know. Monsignor Clunan was
didn't teach you.
No, you didn't. But Monsignor Clunan was there. He was a great man.
Yeah. And
I can say about Father Sarton, or Monsignor. Archbishop. Sorry. Is that he almost has the status of people kind of brag that they're friends with him or that they know him personally.
You can say rock star.
A rock star, yes. But do you know what I'm saying? Like they're like, oh, like when you just said it, I had that feeling like, oh, his Christmas cards.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm instantly thinking, I don't get a Christmas card, and I know him. But yeah. So anyway, he has that status, but he's one of your
absolutely
heroes that you look up to.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, he's one of those people that he knows so many people. He's been the bishop in Joliet, Illinois, and Little Rock, Arkansas, and Archbishop of Seattle, Washington, and he still doesn't forget a name.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm terrible with names. Oh, I know a face.
Yeah?
I have like a situational memory where I can picture exactly where I was, what the people are. I can forget someone's name 2 seconds after I meet them.
So
that's why another reason I surround myself with good people, because they can go, that's Paul.
Yeah.
Paul Walker, not the Fast and Furious Paul Walker, but the St. Louis Paul Walker.
So you probably have hated people wearing masks because you have to now recognize them by their eyes.
Yeah. I haven't seen too many people outside of y'all. You said what you wanted to be when you grew up. Right?
Yeah, I still don't know.
You still don't know?
I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. I don't.
I don't either. Well, if I could do it over, I'd be a country music singer. A big time country music singer. Not like one that, just tries to make it big time.
I've heard you
on
karaoke.
Oh, have you?
What's your go-to karaoke song,
see,
Jimmy?
That's one of my questions. You can't ask that question. You can't ask that. You can't interview me. Oh, The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Yeah, and this would be great. This sound would be great for me singing. That just kind of gets me going. I love that song. Bucket list. Give me some bucket list items you want to do. You've done a lot.
I've done a lot.
You've jumped out of an airplane.
That was on my bucket list.
Now you've done it.
I've done it twice.
Yeah. Because it didn't work the first time.
I survived. Interesting about that is I've jumped out twice, and both times I've jumped out with a Catholic priest.
I guess that's the best way to jump out.
I decided the good Lord might take me, but he's not taking him. No, I have to tell you one more bucket list.
Yeah, I want to know.
You're going to laugh at it.
No,
In fact, I have my youngest sister's working on this for my 50th birthday because I told her this is all I want for my 50th birthday. You ready?
Yeah.
I want to drive a General Lee.
Really?
I do.
Wow.
I want to drive that Dukes of Hazzard General Lee.
Yeah, I mean, everyone watched Dukes of Hazzard.
Everyone. I gave it up for
It was
Lent.
Friday night.
It was Friday night.
Friday night.
My wife laughs at me because that meant I had no life on a Friday night.
Right, because you couldn't watch the Dukes.
I was a little kid, though.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I remember. Friday night, Dukes of Hazzard. What else was on that night?
I don't know. Incredible Hulk? Maybe.
Maybe, was it? Yeah, might have been.
It was on CBS, I know.
Okay. I can't remember that.
Why do I know that?
How do you start your day besides running late and
I'm not running late. Don't put that in the world.
You get up late.
I don't. Today was different. I forgot
No,
something.
you always
at home.
show up on time.
I don't get up late.
I thought you liked to
No.
sleep.
My wife is going to hear this, and she knows she's the late one, not me.
Oh.
Oh, she's going to get so mad at me for saying that.
Wow.
She's
We can cut that part.
yeah.
I
Well,
guess. I'm not cutting it no matter what.
She's not that late. No, I'm not late. I'm not known for
No,
being
not
late.
late, but getting up late. Don't you like to sleep till the last second?
Oh, I'm so good at sleeping.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sleep till possible last moment. Now my morning is simple. Get up and get ready and make the bed. My job is to make the bed in the morning. That's part of my routine.
Oh. We'll definitely delete that out.
In case your wife hears that.
Yeah. I know, yes.
Well, my wife is getting my daughter ready and getting her breakfast. I make the bed.
That's nice.
It's a good trade.
That is. That is.
It's a fair trade.
And so not only do you do all this, but you're also on a bowling team, I hear.
I am on a bowling team with some of the best, not best bowlers. We're not the best
faux bowlers.
Yeah, we bowl in a Tuesday night league. In fact, that's tonight.
The Beer and Pizza League.
Beer and Pizza League.
Yeah.
Yes. And I gave up
Do you think that
alcohol
anybody-
recently, and it was just the Pizza
I
League.
did feel bad for y'all. I know. So do you think anyone listening would think, Jimmy bowls?
I think they would. No, I think they would. If they've ever
Met me.
met you, they'd say, yes, Jimmy bowls.
Yeah, he looks like a bowler.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't put two and two together, but he's definitely a bowler.
He-
I had
yeah.
bowling shirt.
I don't.
You don't.
I
have
don't.
the bowling shirt.
From
and my own ball loose. Yes.
From your
I bring
other
it.
team?
I bring it. Yeah, I guess from the other team.
Do you have shoes?
No, I don't have the shoes, but I have the ball in the bag.
That's more than I have.
Yeah. But it doesn't make me any better whatsoever.
I use those awesome bowling alley balls.
I like the shoes.
And
I like the shoes. Give me another life lesson that if somebody was starting out in teaching or youth group director, give me a life lesson that you've learned or seen over and over again that you wish you would have known, that you could tell them.
I don't suppose run is good advice.
It's not.
No, okay.
It's not. Run to it.
Run to it. No, really, maybe don't take yourself too seriously. I think I really, in my early years, I think I was tougher as a teacher in the earlier years.
Okay. Were you trying to prove something?
I don't know. I think I thought as junior high students should be able to get their act together and get to school and get their homework. And I'm actually a better teacher having been married
And having kids.
and
then you go, oh.
actually having stepkids
Okay.
has changed me as a teacher.
Huh.
Because I was that teacher that I never understood. What do you mean your shoes are at your dad?
Right.
What do you mean your belt is at?
Yeah.
And then I lived it.
And you're like, that's what we mean.
I found myself putting a pair of school shoes in the mailbox in the morning so they could run by and get it.
Right.
And suddenly I'm like,
So you're a little more forgiving.
I'm a much more forgiving,
understanding. But that's a great thing.
Oh, it made me
forgiving
and
and understanding to me are huge lessons.
Yeah, no, it's
in
made
business
me,
and personal, and that's not an easy thing.
No, I don't know if my current students would believe that, but it's made me.
Well, you have to play your role.
Yeah, exactly. It's made me better. It's made me definitely a better teacher.
And you've coached too, right?
I coached for 14 or 15 years. Yeah.
What'd you coach?
I started that. It's actually what got me to St. Louis.
Okay.
In 1997,
Yeah.
I came to St. Louis to coach junior high soccer, boys soccer.
Really?
But
you played soccer?
I did in high school.
Okay.
And I was on an adult team as well, just a recreational team. But
In your spare
my spare time, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I told the people at St. Louis, the principal of St. Louis at the time, I said, listen, I'll coach your soccer team, but that's it. I'm not doing anything. This isn't my parish. This is I don't know these people. So I agreed to coach soccer, and before that year was over, I had coached baseball and basketball as well.
So you fell for it.
Yeah. I fell for them. I fell for the kids. I mean, they were just amazing. And if you know how much I don't like baseball, you'll know I fell for the kids. Yeah. I've coached baseball. Yeah. So I really, put
But you'll still... Now, there was a tradition for a long time. I thought that you coached 8th grade baseball, softball, something the last year.
I've coached soccer and I've coached basketball for many years. And I had 1 year of coaching cross country, and I was for 11 years a lacrosse coach.
Can I laugh? Hold on. Did you hear this? Oh, sorry. Because you're a long distance runner.
Well, I ran cross country in high school.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
So I coached it 1 year, but
I'll take my laugh track back.
Yeah, no, you won't. So yeah, but lacrosse was awesome. Lacrosse isn't. Growing up in the South, we didn't know lacrosse. So people ask me all the time, "Did you play it?" I'm like, "No, I literally bought the book Lacrosse for Dummies
and learned it."
Yeah.
I just recently learned that you coached lacrosse, or someone else told me, and I was like, I don't think Paul coaches lacrosse.
Yeah, 11 years.
Wow.
I only stopped when my daughter.
But you
was
never
born.
played lacrosse ever.
No,
we didn't have that.
No,
it was up north, right?
The first time I ever saw lacrosse was when I was stationed in the Army in New Jersey, Fort Monmouth, New Jersey, and there was a prep school, a military prep school, on the same installation where I was stationed, and we were out doing PT one morning. That means running, Jimmy. I was running.
Is that not?
No one was even chasing me.
Therapy.
No one was chasing me. We were running.
You were running to eat?
No, just running.
Yeah.
And I looked out in this field, and these kids were out there with these sticks, and I remember thinking, what in the world? I'd never seen lacrosse before.
I thought it was like 90s. Field hockey until I saw it. No. Yeah.
And who thought years later I would coach into lacrosse? Yeah.
I know, but that's awesome.
I love it. Love lacrosse. In fact, I went back 2 weeks ago and guest coached my current students. Because every coach they have right now, I was their coach.
No way.
I told them, I said, I'm your grand coach. Because I coach literally. You don't have a single coach that I didn't coach. So those boys have stayed in the program, and they're coaching. They're running the program now.
What do you wish you were good at? That's a good one, Paul.
I wish I was, and my wife too. I wish I was a cook. I wish.
Really?
Yeah. I don't even grill.
Is that why you come to my house all the time? To get food?
Oh my gosh! Every time you air, and I'm there.
So when I have QVC airings, since COVID started, they're at home, and I film at home, and they're live, and we have, I have a couple of live feeds with the studio and cameras, and of course we have to get food ready. And it's really funny that you said that, because one question that I see across all these boards at QVC and from customers or comments on Facebook, what do you do with the food? And I'm here to tell you that
I'm part of the solution.
Walker is what I do with the food. And so I had this group of guys, friends of mine, and every time I'm on the air, I send out a text and I go, hey, I'm going to have some food at, and I give the time, 5:27 or whatever it is. When it first started, they showed up, they ate, they're super excited, it was fun. And now they show up with Tupperware, little containers, freezer bags.
I don't even show up with that anymore. Do you remember I bought a box and left it at your house?
That's right.
I told Lucy that's my bag.
That's right. Those are my bags. And so, but it's really great because, I get to see everybody, and again, it kind of goes back to the food. That's why I wanted to do this, because to me, I think talking to people and getting to know people better over a meal, there's no better way. It relaxes everybody, and you just are enjoying a meal. And so when y'all come over, to me, that's what it's like. Y'all grab, like, which ones can I eat right now, and which ones are you going to take, and what can I take?
And I've gotten in trouble before for eating the wrong food. Like, no, we're about to go on air. You can't eat that.
Don't eat that. That's right. Yeah, that sounds like the studio at QVC. Don't touch that one. That's about to go on.
What happened to the wings?
So I can tell you, it definitely does not go to waste. It does not go to waste.
I'm part of the solution. And I'm happy to
Which
be
is
part
great.
of it.
Feed the kids. The kids love it. It's good. What's the best compliment you've ever received?
Oh, golly.
Did I stump you?
Well, maybe.
You're a teacher. You're
tough.
quick on your feet.
Probably you remind me of your dad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
see?
my dad...
See, that's dropped me in my tracks, and I have goosebumps.
He didn't meet a stranger. And you know me, I don't
No, you
really
never
meet
met one either.
strangers. He talks. We laugh. I mean, it's a joke in our family. He's that guy that you see on the commercials. There's that commercial where, I don't remember now what it's
that
commercial
commercial.
for, but adulting, how to adult.
Oh, yes.
I love those commercials.
Yeah.
And my dad's the guy that will randomly help somebody park in the Target parking
Stop
lot.
what he's doing. And
I'm like, Dad, you don't know him.
Right.
That's my dad. Like,
you don't have to talk to the cashier.
No.
You don't need to introduce yourself to the waiter. It's fine.
Doesn't need to know your name. No. No cussing, no fussing. I love that. But that's where I got it from. He doesn't know a stranger. He never met a stranger.
But what a great compliment.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially because you know that about him, and that's a good thing in your mind.
Yeah, and that's what people loved about him.
Wow.
He was so friendly and outgoing.
What do you wish you could go back and do over, if you could?
I don't know. Maybe I wish I had. I know the answer. I wish I had pursued higher education. I wish I had gotten a master's degree.
Really?
Yeah. I wish I.
In
I
what? In
I don't even
in education.
You remember, I never knew what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I wish I administration probably.
Administration.
Yeah.
Well, I happen to think that you found the perfect career because, and I've told you this many times, that you do have an unbelievable way to connect with kids, and you've taken care of so many of our friends, and for 20 years, it's two generations of 300 to 400 or 500 kids, biggest in the tri-state area, not just Memphis.
Yeah.
Biggest
Catholic youth ministry.
But you've made such an impression on them, and I know it because I might like some attention. Sometimes I'm the peacock.
What?
Right? But if you go anywhere in public with Paul Walker, he is mobbed by ex-students of his that come running up to you. I would say hug you. They do. They want to take selfies with you. They want to share with their friends that, hey, they saw Mr. Paul. And that, to me, it's unbelievable. So if you had to do something over again, if you did your higher education, I hope you continued on the path, because there's so many lives you changed.
Oh, is there a note there that says "Make Paul cry"?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. In fact, you know what it says?
What?
It says, hold on, let's switch. Order up to dessert. The dessert round. I heard a great quote the other day. It said of course I'm going to mess it up. It was from the lady who started Chicken Salad Chick. It's a great podcast and interview. She said you never know you're full until you have the first bite of dessert. So you always have to have dessert, right?
That's good.
So the name of this segment, short and sweet, because we're going to do just rapid fire questions.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy stuff. Okay, let me tell you what I'm serving you for dessert.
Yeah.
So I don't know what kind of sweets guy you are, but I'm going to dig into this too. So we just had this made for us for this month. This is a chocolate swirl banana pudding cheesecake. And there's because again, it's all about memories and stories, food to me, and this has a story. So I'll tell you about. First, tell me how it is.
Well, first of all, it's brilliant because to me, in my mind, banana pudding goes with barbecue.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
It's our biggest dessert seller.
So it's amazing. Wow. It's really.
But it actually tastes like banana pudding.
Yes.
But it's in a cheesecake. It's a soft cheesecake, and then chocolate swirl on top.
Well, you would have had me at cheesecake,
Right.
or banana,
Yeah.
and you got me at both.
Banana pudding.
Wow.
So where this came from is back to Barry, the owner of Corky's. if it was just him and I eating, we're meeting or whatever, we're eating lunch, and he's a dessert fiend, and loves every kind of chocolate possible. But he would order banana pudding in the restaurant, and then he would tell the waiter, he was like, pour the hot fudge sauce all over the top of it. And at first I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so gluttonous. What I mean, but all of a sudden I'm like, chocolate covered bananas, like that's a natural.
That's a thing.
But no one does chocolate on top of banana pudding. If you haven't, first of all, it's amazing.
Wow.
They poured a little like hot fudge drizzled on top of a big bowl of banana pudding. So when we went to do new dessert, I'm like, let's do a chocolate swirl, chocolate topped banana pudding cheesecake. And we just put it on the menu. This is brand new.
Wow.
It started in April. I'm asking Elizabeth. She's helping me run it today because clearly Paul said I wasn't smart enough to run it.
No, I said you surround yourself by people that are
That's
smarter
right.
than you.
And Elizabeth definitely won. She knows that we started in April.
This is amazing. This is truly.
It is really good.
Yeah.
So see, you thought you were full, you're not.
Well, look how much I've already eaten while you were
You
describing
really
it.
Okay, you ready? Easy stuff.
Okay.
Window or aisle?
Oh, window.
Board game? Favorite board game?
Oh, I gotta go quick.
don't have to go quick.
All my board games right now are like 9-year-old games.
That's fine. What is it?
I feel like I'm gonna change this answer. Candyland. I feel like I'm gonna change it though.
Change it.
I feel like I'm gonna circle
going.
back.
Circle back. Let's throw some more corporate jargon in.
Right now. Oh, I got it. Right now, I'm big on Domino's. My family.
I love Domino's.
Mexican Train. Have you ever played?
Chicken feet.
Chicken foot.
Chicken foot. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. It's fun.
It's.
I love it.
Love it. And my daughter plays with us.
That's what's great about Domino's. Everybody can play.
Yeah.
Anybody can play. Favorite subject in school?
Now or then?
Well, I know you would be different, but then.
Yeah.
Then. Grade school.
Spelling. Or social.
Sorry. Did you hear the dead air?
Or social studies. I loved history.
Okay.
But I was a good speller.
Spelling.
Still am.
I didn't think anyone would ever say spelling.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm big on spelling.
One thing you still have from childhood.
I actually have a couple of stuffed animals
Do you?
that are in my daughter's playroom.
Really?
One's a Scooby-Doo and one's an Incredible Hulk.
And through your childhood, high school, you go to the Army, you come back to college, you're single, then you get married, have kids, and you hung on to a couple of stuffed animals.
By I hung on to, I mean they lived in my mother's
I know,
attic.
but I like to picture you going through the Army with your Scooby-Doo dog. Favorite pizza topping? If you say pineapple, you're dead.
Sausage. Italian sausage.
Okay, good.
Whoa, hang on. Circle back to that.
Okay.
I like pineapple on pizza.
This interview's over.
Do the laugh track.
Hold on. I actually think there's two groups of people: the people who get pineapple on their pizza and the people who don't. So I don't.
People who like pineapple.
Yeah.
And then people who aren't very
No,
smart.
I love pineapple.
Oh, you do?
I absolutely love pineapple. Not on pizza.
But not on pizza.
No. It's not to mix with savory.
Oh.
It's good.
All right.
I had pineapple yesterday. You ready? And you won't believe this. What's your favorite song to sing at karaoke? I swear I have it written down.
Shocker.
And you asked me, but go.
You know I can't tell you genre. Like it's like
yeah.
It's like John Denver, Barry Manilow, Air Supply.
And
Kenny Rogers.
The
Gambler. The Gambler. It's it.
The Gambler. That's
your
song.
It's my go-to.
Yeah, it is. And you're good. You're good.
I am not Jimmy Stovall. Devil Went Down to Georgia. Good. You can agree.
I can tell you this: you don't like to give up the microphone. When the mic is in your hand,
Right, that's our friend Victor.
You curl it up.
That's Victor.
And you say, "Does anyone else want to sing?" And you basically say, "Then you need to go find a microphone."
I just assume they don't.
Favorite dessert? Now that we're having dessert,
I like pies better than cakes, so I
Okay.
would say my mom's pecan pie, or she makes a. Nobody else likes this. She makes a mincemeat pie that I love.
Oh.
So pumpkin, pecan, or mincemeat pie. Thanksgiving.
Wow. You
My
like
mom.
the fall.
Or my sisters make them too, or my nieces do too. So
You like the fall?
Yes.
Favorite vacation spot?
The beach.
Where do you want to go that you've never been?
Australia.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
But you got to take a lot of time to go.
Yeah.
I should go.
And I want to go back to Europe. I haven't been in a while.
Most recent binge watch, because we've all done a lot of that. I've pretty much seen every show.
The Crown. My
The
wife and
Crown.
I just watched
Oh, you
The
just
Crown.
watched it.
But right now I'm watching a show on Netflix. There's only 2 seasons called Prank Encounters.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, there's these elaborate pranks, and I love a good prank. they're elaborate.
Do you prank?
Oh, yeah.
Your
Jimmy, do I
kids?
prank?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Yesterday I put a snake in a bucket of water
No,
and
you
handed
did
it
not.
to a student.
No, you did not.
He was doing service hours. He's cleaning something. He needed water. So I'm like,
I'm
a youth minister. I've got a
Paul.
bag
That's
of
how
rubber
you get their
snakes.
attention.
Yeah.
Wow. Here, I'm going to put a snake in this bucket. Here you go, kid. Favorite gift you've ever received?
Interesting. We just talked about it. Probably my quilt. I have a T-shirt quilt.
That's not for you.
No,
that's an amazing
no, I have
gift.
one. No, I have
you
one.
got one.
My daughter, for my first Father's Day, I got a T-shirt quilt with a bunch of old youth ministry
She had that
shirts.
made when she was
had
one?
She had it made. Maybe my wife was involved, but and it says on the back, Happy Father's Day. It's my first one, so it made of. She took a bunch of my shirts that meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
And I wondered for a while, where did all those shirts go that meant so much to me?
Gosh, you went back sentimental here. I thought you were really gonna come back to me and go, our album cover that we shot, and I framed it and brought it to you.
That's
for
in
Christmas.
my office at home.
Yeah, it's
It's
awesome.
Incredible.
It really is.
Sorry, I didn't give you the answer you wanted.
We'll scratch that one off. Morning or night person?
Oh, night. Not a morning
No,
person.
not at all. Hobby?
I used to be. I would have said coaching. It's bad. That's nothing's coming to mind.
No,
that
I'm
means
the same
I need
way.
a hobby.
Well, actually, I do have a new hobby.
What?
Kayak fishing. I love it.
Oh, I will not.
I'm terrible
join you
at
for
it.
that.
Hold on, I'm terrible at it.
Is that what you did recently and almost
Yeah.
got hit by a towboat or barge?
No,
No, that
was Jason. But I fished in a tournament this weekend.
Oh,
So
how'd you do?
I didn't catch anything. I told you I'm terrible at it, but I like doing it. I like to get out there and try. And I did get frustrated on
It
this
sounds
tournament.
miserable to me.
No, it was awesome. It rained, so I had my rain suit.
You are not selling me on this.
It I had my rain suit. The wind blew like crazy, and then the sun came out. I swear, I think I've been out here in all 4 seasons in this 1 6-hour trip without a fish.
When
I
can
did
we
leave
go?
early. I know. It was fun though. I do like it. I like the toys.
Yeah.
I got me a new fish
like
finder,
this- yeah,
and
you like
I
toys.
mounted it on the so now I can see what's on the bottom and what I'm getting hung on, and I have to break my line and that. Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
a new hobby.
You're all in. I like that about you.
Purchase you regret. Besides every purchase without a coupon. Give me one that you regret.
Anything without a promo code. I taught you about promo codes.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
And I still use them. And I
Yeah.
used one just recently buying some fishing stuff. I was just about to hit purchase or buy online. And I'm like, I need to go search and see if there's a promo code. And I did search, but I did find some. They
don't always work.
But
Yeah.
it wasn't for what I was buying.
Thumbs down.
But I have used it before, and it was a great call out. Because I'm not a coupon user.
Yeah.
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 I'm embarrassed.
You don't like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh. No.
Yeah.
No way.
I'm all for it.
No.
Purchase I regret.
Yeah.
House with a pool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But your pool looks so great right now.
Well,
I know.
we've
Yes,
been
that's why
putting-
you were.
Yeah,
yes,
put a lot of money into
I know. It seems great when you're buying. doesn't it?
to get it. It's just.
And I'm sure that it's fine when you don't have trees and it's
You have
just
a pool with a lot of trees.
Yeah, a lot of trees.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything, but yeah. How do you like your steak cooked?
Rare. And I've changed over the years.
What did it used to be?
Well,
Well done.
Yeah.
Oh, and with just some steak sauce and ketchup.
right.
I'm
Yeah.
more of a medium. I'm not going to do medium rare, but I like medium.
Actually, I often say medium rare.
Yeah.
So
Rare is pretty. I mean, that's
yeah,
That's good to know. It's
changed.
easy to cook for you.
Yeah, just
I've cooked plenty steaks, lobster, right?
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
the lobster.
Yeah,
Whew.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Did you finish your dessert?
Yes.
Almost.
Almost. It's like 2 bites.
Are we
left.
good?
Oh
was
my
it?
gosh,
Was
it's
it?
so
was
good.
this easy?
This
Did
was
you have
easy.
fun?
This was fun.
So
I don't know if anyone's going to be interested at all in what I've said. But
I think you said a lot of interesting things. Most interesting is that you came up with the name Ribbon with Jimmy. So let's get you a grab bag, unless and you probably brought one. There's probably one in the car. Like you came knowing you're going to get food. I don't know.
Ziplocs.
And I always
you need a Ziploc soundtrack.
Yeah, zip. And so I laugh because when I worked in the restaurants day in and day out in the front, when people would walk up after they ate a huge meal, they would always go, "Oh my gosh, can you wheel me out of here? Can you wheel me out of here?" And I thought, after this podcast, I need to say, "And we will
wheel you to your
go back
car.
and we will wheel you out." And so here's how we're going to wrap it up. First of all, thank you for being my very first guest. Thank you for the name because it's awesome. It fits.
It is. It's perfect.
Fits my personality and what I do for a living with ribs.
That's that marketing background of mine.
It's the marketing background. Yeah, undergrad.
Right.
One day you'll get a real
job.
master's. Yeah, a real job. And so this is how I want to leave it. I hope you enjoyed your meal and ribbon with me. See what I did?
Yeah.
And my hope with this podcast is that everyone listening calls up an old friend or someone they want to get to know better, invites them to a meal, and has a great conversation.
That's awesome. That's perfect.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Jimmy. This was awesome.
All right.
Appreciate you having me. It's time. I got to get to bowling.
Get to bowling. Yeah.